Ready? Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of organizing committee of the 4th International Symposium on Knowledge Engineering in Digital Library Design, KEDLD 2025, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to Day 1 Technical Session 4 on Digital Libraries and Metadata Engineering at this Maitrayee Auditorium, IIT Kharagpur. I'm Satyabrata Acharya from the National Digital Library of India, NDLI. It's my honor to serve as your anchor for this session. We are privileged to have with us our session chair, Dr. Vibhuti Bhushan Sahu, Deputy Librarian, IIT Bhubaneswar, and session co-chair, Dr. Ashish Biswas, Deputy Librarian, Delhi University, who will guide the proceedings. We are also joined by our rapporteur, Dr. Ravi Shankar Giri, Assistant Librarian, Presidency University, Kolkata, who will document the key takeaways of this session. And we are happy to announce that with us we have invited speaker Dr. Dharamveer Singh, former University Librarian of Delhi University, to deliver his key address. So I humbly request all of you to please come on the stage and glorify the respective chairs. Please, sir, please. Thank you, sir. To begin, it's my pleasure to invite our invited speaker, Dr. Dharamveer Singh, former University Librarian of Delhi University, to deliver his keynote address. Oh, sorry, yeah. Before that, sorry, please, now we'll be very happy to welcome our delegates and our chairperson, our co-chair, our rapporteur, our invited speaker. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm extremely sorry for this mistake. Actually, I planned to do it after invited talk. Okay. Anyway, so, sir, just I'm inviting Dr. Dharambir Singh, and he's an eminent librarian and information science professional who has served as the university librarian and head of the Delhi University Library System, DULS, with a distinguished career including leadership roles such as President of the Indian Library Association from 2010 to 2013. Dr. Singh has made significant contributions to digital library services, resource management, and a wide range of research in the library and information science. Please, sir.
I would like to know how much time do I have? No, please tell me the time.
Around 5 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, fine. I won't go through the PPTs at all. That sometimes seems to be copying and reading over here like a student. I don't feel it is proper on my part. I would like to speak something extempore. There are two things. The topic is knowledge engineering. If you say knowledge management and knowledge engineering, one and the same thing, but you have changed the word. Then knowledge has become a big issue, and the world is known as a knowledge world, knowledge society. But knowledge society has not come to its maturity. We know that we have the data. When interpret the data, it gets converted into the information. When we use the information in a particular context, it becomes the knowledge. But knowledge gives the solution. It gives. But permanent solution never comes from the knowledge. Here I give one example always. A child of 15, 16 years is too good in shooting. He is very precise, very competent, but he lacks the wisdom. One day, a small pretext or a small instigation, he took up the weapon. He takes up the weapon and shoots somebody because he is lacking the wisdom. So wisdom is a very important thing. Though Gita says, Bhagavan Krishna has already said to Arjuna, Jnane nahi sadrisam mahi vidyate, I don't know anything is better than the knowledge. But ultimately Lord Krishna says, if your knowledge does not get converted into the wisdom, it's the most dangerous thing in the world. Now people have forgotten about the knowledge. Now they are talking about the information on the basis of information. Full of social media is just flooding and so many things. किसी ने मुझे बताया था, if you read the paper, मेरी resources हैं, some I don't want to divulge the resources. So this is a big issue, and people are talking about the information, explosion and information literacy. But knowledge management is something more than the information literacy. Information literacy may give you some knowledge, but knowledge can give you something about the information literacy. When you convert things into the wisdom, it comes. The Western world is saying something else. Indians are very good in research. They are very good researchers, but they are worst innovators. We have so many lakhs and lakhs PhDs are awarded in India, all over India, in all 1,500 universities and institutions and deemed to be universities all over India. But where is the innovation? If knowledge does not get converted into wisdom, innovation will not come. And if innovation is not there, development will not come. One innovation is small, almost every one of us using the, almost I say not every, but Apple, it is one innovation. And this one innovation is, converting that knowledge in billions and billions of the dollar coming to the America, and they are saying it's a 17 edition, now it is 18th version, it is a 19th version, because they innovated once. They innovated one medicine that is known as Viagra. That earned a lot of money to America, but that was one innovation. So we are just doing Eliot and some poet says, where is the knowledge we have lost in the information? Where is the wisdom we have lost in the knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in the information? So this is the thing that's true, that we want to have the less, with the less the higher output. This is the human nature. Therefore we are mechanizing and going for so many machine, washing machine, this simultaneously is bringing some disease and problems to us. This is the thing. Now, the knowledge we talk about, two things. One is a tacit knowledge, another is a explicit knowledge. What I am saying, it is something based on the explicit knowledge and something based on the tacit knowledge. Everyone has got the tacit knowledge, but everyone does not know how to convert into the explicit knowledge. This is very important. For a small example of the tacit to explicit is this. A girl in a Punjabi family or a Bengali family, she works with her mother in the kitchen, and mother never tells much to her, but she observes and learns how to cook the best Bengali dishes. There is no book for it for her. She might be illiterate, but she is a very good cook. Because the knowledge which was in tacit form in her mother's mind got transferred in the association method to the daughter. And daughter has become expert. Now, if daughter is literate, daughter can write down, daughter can think and can articulate that tacit process, it can come into the form of a book. That becomes a formula. So this is one example I would like to quote here. In Japan, if you want to have the reference I give, there is a book, the Harvard Business School publication publishes the small books, the best article on a particular theme. So there is one book that is known knowledge management. The case study is this, which is very inspiring and very good to elaborate the tacit knowledge, how to get into explicit one. There is a hotel in Japan and it's bread, गांव की भाषा में डबल रोटी बोलते हैं हरियाणा में, मजाक में भी कहते हैं. हिंदी किसको नहीं समझ में आती है, हाथ तो उठाए. या तो सबको आती है, फिर अंग्रेजी की बोल रहे हम. I was in China in 16. So a lady was sitting just adjacent to me, and she was speaking too good English. When she went to present her paper, she started speaking in Chinese. When she came back, I said, "You can speak so good English. You are in America since 1980. Why did you speak in Chinese?" She said, "Only 2-3 people are there, those who are not able to understand Chinese. Why should I speak for 2 people in English?" Here I would like to quote a great saint born in India, Maharshi Dayanand. He said one should be multilingual. हिंदी में है उनका कोट, मनुष्य को बहुभाषी होना चाहिए, बट मातृभाषा के अतिरिक्त और किसी भाषा की गुलामी नहीं करनी चाहिए. He says one person should know so many languages, but he should not be the slave of any other language other than his own mother tongue. In India, what is happening in India? We have become the slave of the English, knowing less English and knowing more mother language or Hindi, etc. But the process is this. Okay, I am not going to talk on the language and mother tongue, etc. Here the topic is this. The Mitsubishi company tried to make a machine to create that type quality bread, but they were not able. The engineer of that, who was assigned this duty by the Mitsubishi, she went to that hotel, got the job of the assistant to that particular chef who was making that, and stayed 3 years with him and learned that and came back and created the machine, and that became the best selling machine because she came to know what is the level of the loaf, the knitting the flour and all that, how much heat he gives, and he did not tell anything, but she observed and learned it. If you put somebody over here in Bengal for 5 years or 6 years, he or she will start speaking Bengali without reading the alphabets of the Bengali. So this is the thing, tacit knowledge. In India has paid a very heavy price for this tacit knowledge. Many people, I know one person, he knew the medicine, Ayurvedic medicine for piles, but he did not give this formula to anybody. He said, "No, my guru told me don't give it to anybody, there will be a commercialization," and he died. Now, neither formula is there, nor commercialization, nor the solution. So this is another issue in India. So tacit knowledge, you convert into the explicit knowledge, and this is a continuing process like a black money and white money. When You give somebody in cash, it becomes black. When it goes to, it becomes white. Your money 10 times in a day becomes white and black. The process going, so is the process of the tacit and explicit knowledge. Now it is tacit knowledge when I speak, say something on my experiences and intuitions and all that. From tacit it becomes the explicit. Tomorrow somebody will read and he will develop some idea in his or her mind, but will not come out in explicit form, right in digital, in coded form. Then it again will be a tacit knowledge. So, but the process of the digitization is this: bring the tacit knowledge into the explicit way and make it to public very easily. That is the role of the digital library and artificial intelligence. This is not the role of the digital library, digitize everything. No, you can digitize, books are there, you digitize, how it makes a difference. No, convert into from tacit to the explicit and make it accessible to large number of people without any barrier. As Ranganathanji used to say, and he wrote in his book, information should be exclusive, exhaustive, expeditiously. And वो जल्दी से पहुंचनी चाहिए. That is the thing. The barrier in between the knowledge and the end consumer to remove is the basic purpose of the digitization of the library or digital library, nothing else. But simultaneously, I'll tell you, if I quote here C.K. Prahlad, he was a great management scholar. By time बता दियो, right? बिल्कुल. I will stick to the time. C.K. Prahlad was a great scholar. He gave one formula. He was a great management scholar. He is no more now. He said, the wealth lies in the bottom of the pyramid. People started laughing at him. He said, no. Again I say, how do you say? The pyramid of the society is so poor, they are just struggling for one or two time meals or the small things. How do you say they have the wealth? He said, they have the wealth. Because they create the wealth for someone. They have the wealth. Then how? What happened? Well, no, wealth is on the top of the pyramid, those who are very rich people. No, wealth is, again he said, the wealth in the bottom of the pyramid. If you say in the political language, it is a language of the Marx also. The wealth is with the people, downtrodden people, not, and that the top of the pyramid having the wealth, it is not their wealth, it is the wealth of those who are downtrodden and exploited, but it was converted into the practical way. People started on his formula creating small pouches of shampoo and so many things. The most expensive shampoo pouch you can have for 2 rupees. And now rickshaw wala, cycle wala, chai wala, those who are not having much money, but once in a week they buy a pouch of a shampoo and wash their head. Had it been the mind, I said, the wealth is on the top of the pyramid, then bottle they were never purchased, and that's the thing. Now companies are selling more, commodity or whatever their product is in small pouches than the bigger one. That is why again here one thing comes, it is for us also. So knowledge also lies in the bottom of the pyramid. It doesn't lie on the top of the pyramid. And those who are on the top of the pyramid, they exploit the people, those are having the real knowledge in the bottom of the pyramid. That's why a concept came. Concept is crowdsourcing. One example. There was a meeting long back when I was a small child, and जो ट्यूब होती है ना पेस्ट की, टूथपेस्ट की, उसका जो छेद होता बहुत छोटा सा होता था, दबाते थे पतला सा निकलता था. So there was a meeting in Colgate boardroom, and they were talking, no, we are selling, but no, our quantum is not increasing. We are, suppose they were selling 10,000 tons of Colgate paste, it is the same. What to do? The young boy serving the tea in the boardroom, he was also listening this. He said, can I tell you, the top of the pyramid, the chairman of the board, keep yourself away. This is not your duty to give us the knowledge. The another person said, let us listen to him. He said, ये जो छेद है ना, जो होल है टॉप का, इसको थोड़ा चौड़ा कर दीजिए. Now you go and you buy a small, but hole is so big, you press it, so much paste come out, it will never go inside, and the quantum of the production has increased. So where from this knowledge came? It came from the bottom. So never ignore. The people, those who are working in your house, cleaning your floor, they too have the wisdom. But you should have the mind to respect their wisdom. This is the C.K. Prahlad teaching to us. Now, again things I tell you. What happens? You might have heard the name of Govind Swarup Khurana. He was a genetics scientist. He got Nobel Prize in 1968. He was denied a job in India, even to be a lecturer in a university. But those who have the strength, they never give up. And those who don't have the strength, you make them the primes, they will never take up. This is the difference. Those who have the strength, they will never give up, and those don't have the strength, they will never take up. It is before us. And he kept on struggling, got the Nobel Prize in 1968, and interpretation of genetic code. And that genetic code changed the whole world, and they created the dolly, one ship out of the cell, and that there was a hue and cry all over, what is going to happen in this genetics? Please do something. Tomorrow they create because what is the process? I am not a man of genetics, but what is the process? They take the cell out of the human or any animal and create the same, with the same IQ, everything, color and shape and everything out of that one cell. And they experimented. Dolly came out, its name was Dolly, and it lasted as good as others one. So there was a hue and cry. If this formula goes to some rogue people, they can create the dictators, criminals, Charles Sobrage-like, and this society will be nowhere. The research was done for some other purpose, but was used by some other person. Same thing is going to happen with AI. Note it down. It may be too early on my part to predict and say this. I am not a Jyotsi, I am not a great scholar or thinker who can predict anything after 20 years, but this is, I tell you very honestly, the same thing will happen in AI, and there will be some code of conduct about the AI research. What is AI going to do? People say, no, nothing. It will not reduce your work. Computerization did not reduce your work. It increased the quality of your work. Then it is fine. If you think I'll get rid out of the work, or out of the computer or AI, you are living in fool's paradise. Then neither work will be there nor quality will be there. So you will destroy both of the things. So this is the thing. Then unfortunately, he was again nominated for the Nobel Prize, Har Gobind Swarup Khurana, in 2011 for 2012. But there is a system in Nobel Prize. The day you are awarded the Nobel Prize, you should be alive on 31st of January of that year. And he died in November. In 2011. Gandhi was almost shortlisted for the Peace Nobel Prize, but he died on 30th January. He could not get it. It is their system. That is a different thing. But how it makes a difference to Gandhi to get the Nobel Peace Prize or not to get the Nobel Peace Prize, that is a different issue. So my basic submission is, and keeping in my mind the time, the knowledge management is a very important aspect. There is a line in Rig Veda, Swan Manan Nididhyasan. Listen, Manan, think over it, and then implement it. So what is happening, what knowledge management is telling us, please get the knowledge. It comes, there is another line in Rig Veda, no badrakrato yanto vishwata, let the noble thought come to us from all the direction. All the direction means it has no barrier. It may come from the Quran Sharif, it may come from the Bible, it may come from the Jedevansa, it may come from the Old Testament, it may come from anywhere. When we say, let the noble thought come to us from all the direction, when there is no barrier for anything where from they are coming, but they should be noble in their use. So when we say this, let the noble thought come to us from all the direction, that is a listening. When you read a book, you listen through the eyes. Now what I am saying, whatever good or bad it is, I am not to judge. Nobody tells the wrong thing when he stands on the dais. He always tries to give the best of himself or herself. It is you people to decide how far it is good or convincing or not. It is up to you, but it is coming to you. Therefore, you get whatever you get, analyze it, and then implement it. Here is the role of the digital library and rather the artificial intelligence. It helps you to analyze what you are getting inside. How? You get the information to evaluate whatever you have got from any direction, evaluate it, but the process of the evaluation and the criteria and the methods, AI provide you seamlessly without wasting your time. Up to that, AI is a very beautiful tool. but beyond that it is not. Then you implement. Then what is happening? We see something on TV. Oh, good. Next in the morning we go to the shop and purchase it. We don't apply the nididhyasana, we don't apply the analysis. So we should apply it, but keeping in view, he is looking very curiously कि कब बंद करेंगे. So no, that is okay, your duty to say like that, but another duty is to control every one of us. This is the small talk on my part, but my other thing I would like to say, there is a Gita I read sometimes, 18 chapters, 63 slok. I tell you in English, Guhyatam Guhyamaya, whatever best knowledge I had, Arjun, the deepest, the best knowledge I had with me, I have imparted you. Vimars etas visesena yathesya kuru. Evaluate it critically. Next line, he says, evaluate it critically. Whatever I have told you in 700 versas, 700 slokas right from the beginning to now, but evaluate it critically. यथेस्य चित्तता करो और उसके बाद जो तुम्हारा मन करे, whatever you like doing, do it. I am not saying do this or do that. This is the strength of an intelligent person. The fool tells you what I am telling you, do it. If you will not do, I will kill you. The difference between, there are two levels of the religion. One are Eastern religion, one are Western Asian religion. They say मानो नहीं तो मुश्किल. ये जो इधर का है ये कहते हैं जानो तो मानो. First you know and then accept it. So what I say, what I have said to you in the words of Lord Krishna, please, जो best मैं जानता था, I have given to you, and उसको आप critically, please evaluate it critically. उसमें जो ठीक लगे रख लेना, जो ठीक नहीं लगे मुझे वापस कर देना. और जो यहाँ कॉन्फ्रेंस चल रही है इस पर बशीर बद्र की लाइन कह के बंद करूँगा. उसने बहुत वो लाइन मुझे पसंद भी हैं बशीर बद्र साहब की. उन्होंने बहुत सुंदर कहा, इन चिरागों को आँखों में महफूज रखना. ये ज्ञान के चिराग जल रहे हैं, जैसे भी हैं, छोटे हो सकते हैं, टिमटिमाते हुए हो सकते हैं. दे मे बी स्मॉल वन, दे मे बी टिमटिमाते वन. इन चिरागों आँखों में महफूज रखना, दूर तक अंधेरी रात ही रात होगी. बिकॉज ऑलवेज दिस अ प्रॉब्लम. इन चिरागों को आंखों में महफूज रखना, दूर तक अंधेरी रात ही रात होगी. मुसाफिर तुम भी हो, मुसाफिर हम भी, न जाने फिर किस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मुलाकात होगी.
Just mind-blowing. Thank you very much, Dr. Dharamveer Singh, sir, for your enlightening and inspiring talk that has truly enriched the session. We now move on to the paper presentations of this session. Sir? Also, as you like, sir. Our first speaker is Pradeep Kumar, presenting the paper titled A Unified Discovery Framework for Integrated Access to Koha and DSpace Resources, a prototype-based approach. Pradeep Kumar, please.
Hello everyone. Okay, sir. Hello everyone, very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Pradeep Kumar Mahato and I will be presenting my paper on a unified discovery framework for integrated access to Koha and DSpace resources, a prototype based approach. The work has been done under the guidance of Dr. Samrat Guha Roy and Dr. B. Sutradhar. Sir. Okay, so before diving into the framework, I would like to explain some concept key. So as a library professional, we all familiar with integrated library management system and institutional digital repositories. So most popular ILMS software is Koha and most popular IDR is DSpace. So since they are open source software and their collection is huge, we use Koha to manage our printed documents and use DSpace to manage our digital contents. So the main problem is they work on separate. So when a user wants to, a user has to done individual search on both Koha and DSpace. That's where the concept. That's why the integrated platform is very necessary. Sir, next. Okay, so my first objective is to design and develop a prototype unified discovery framework that can give us the integrated access to both Koha and DSpace resources. And the second objective is to implement and test the interoperability by using OAI PMH and Date-03.11.2025 protocols. The final objective is to evaluate the efficiency and challenges of the prototype integration system and analyze the compatibility between the communication protocols, the Mark 21 and Dublin Core standards. Next. So in this slide, I have covered the methodology and step-by-step process for this framework. So in step 1, we have installed Koha and DSpace on different computer systems, and in second step we have developed the collection of Koha and DSpace by using communication protocols Z39.50 for Koha and OAI PMH protocols for DSpace repositories. In third step, we have metadata. We have done metadata harvesting from Koha to the local DSpace instance, and in the final stage, we use the centralized index DSpace system as unified search interface. So I have collected data from Open Door, Google Search, and different institutional repositories, and we select those institutions who enabled their OAI PMH so that other can harvest metadata from their server. In the data collection process, we use OAI PMH protocol to create a centrally indexed DSpace system. For example, in Delhi College of Arts and Commerce, they uses DSpace as their institutional repository software, and if we add OAI/request in their DSpace server URL, then we will get the OAI PMH server link. By using that URL link, we can easily access their records. 2065 metadata records are there. We can easily harvest those metadata and collect it in our centrally indexed DSpace instance. So I have studied total 56 repositories, and only 15 among them are acted as a data provider. If we convert it in percentage, so almost 27% of repositories expose their metadata for external servers so that they can harvest metadata from their servers, and whereas more than 73% are acted only service provider only. They do not expose their metadata to other servers. So this is prototype unified framework model. So as you can see, first we installed Koha and DSpace in different systems. Then we use Z39.50 communication protocol to import bibliographic data from external servers like Library of Congress, and build and develop the collection in Koha. Then we use OAI-PMH protocol, metadata protocol, to harvest metadata from Koha and other external repositories, and build and collect it in a centrally indexed DSpace system, as you can see, and from where user can easily search queries and get results from both Koha and DSpace resources. So as a research output, we have successfully developed a prototype unified discovery framework which can gives us the integrated access to both Koha and DSpace resources, and it minimizes the information silos and saves times of the user. Second is we have successfully implemented interoperability by using OAI, PMH and Z39 protocol. Third output is we have created centralized metadata index in DSpace that combines records from both Koha and multiple institutional repositories. Then there are some, we have also identified critical challenges in metadata harvesting, protocol configuration, duplicate records, and partial data loss during transformation. We also acknowledge that there are only 27% repositories they willing to expose their metadata for other servers. So we have main 5 challenges total we have faced. The first one is limited harvesting opportunities. As I already discussed, we have only 27% repositories who open their metadata for harvesting. Second thing is different standards used. So as you can see, the second point and third point actually correlated to each other, since Z39.50 uses Mark 21 standard and OAI-PMH uses Dublin Core standards. So when we harvest data from Koha to DSpace, then that means we are converting Mark 21 format data into Dublin Core. So Mark 21 has much more data fields as compared to Dublin Core. So when we harvest Koha to DSpace, that way there is a metadata loss. So in conclusion, we have successfully unified discovery framework which can integrate Koha and DSpace by using OAI, PMH and Z39.50 communication protocols, and there are some partial data loss. We have identified that 26.8% repositories are active OAI, PMH endpoint has their endpoint, and we have faces some challenges. So despite all those challenges, this framework enhance access, reduce information silos, and improve resource visibility. It requires standardized metadata and effective deduplication. Overall, it demonstrates a viable model and seamless interoperability and integrated search across diverse library systems. Thank you. Thank you. If you have any questions. Yes. Yes, sir. Because ViewFind is another software, so we do not need ViewFind if we use DSpace as our search interface that way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, sir, the plus point is we do not need ViewFind in my framework model. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep Kumar Mahato. Our next speaker is Devashish Das, presenting critical evaluation of DC metadata schema with specific reference for archiving educational resources. Please, Devashish, please.
Good evening, all. Good evening, all. Myself Devashish Das. My topic is critical evaluation of DC metadata schema with specific reference for archiving educational resource. Next. As we know all that metadata is the heart of any digital library, and we know that good metadata facilitates for most effective search and description retrieval of educational resource. But today, there are many metadata format and standard developed so far for various regions to store learning resources. And nowadays, it is very challenging task to archive all the educational resource in a single frame. And we know that most commonly used metadata schema, Dublin core, but it is not all time applicable for all the domain. So, here I started my work. Next. The objective of the study is that here I mainly discuss about the DC elements and the limitation of the DC metadata schema specifically for school educational resource or learning resources, and focus how besides DC other metadata schema can archive educational content in school digital repository. It is also that to facilitate effective search and retrieval of the content according to the need of the school student, can the learning resources are labeled with a set of mixed metadata schema that characterized educational artifacts. Actually, we know that DC has 15 elements, but here I will not discuss all the elements. Basically, I want to focus some challenges which I found in DC elements. Suppose one DC element, here I discuss about the type. DC type does not, DC type refers the nature of the resource. However, there is a confusion. What is the confusion? In this limitation, where the resource type or the content type. Any user can search by sometimes a resource type or the content type. Here, I found DC fails to satisfy this requirement. But Why? Now sometimes a user can found both by selecting resource type and the content type. So only the type is not satisfied with the DC. And again, one of the DC subject. DC has given the options for including the subject and with its some qualifiers. We can add qualifier by DC subject keywords and DC subject DC classification. But both I found it is interrelated. Why? If we use DC subject keyword and put the metadata element while retrieving based on the keyword, sometimes we will found like it will retrieve any of the keyword. For example, if any user can search with the term heat, it can be retrieve any subject like physics or geography. So here it gives also confusion. And another DC, yes, next. Next. Yes. Limitation of one of the another DC element is file format. Here file format, DC element resource type can understood incorporate the duration of the resource is confusing with the file format. Sometimes physical medium or the dimension of the resource. And another is one is identifier. Identifier is an unambiguous reference to a resource inside a certain context. For a resource in DC, when we archive any metadata of the documents, it provides a uniform resource location. But it is not some permanent. But why? Now all link of the resource may break if we altered this document from a database to another server, or it is relocated to the new database of the server. So this is one of the drawbacks of the DC identifier. Next. And next. So these are the mainly 4 I found, and need another difference. So in this case, can we need any different metadata standard? Yes, maybe. I think adding, what is the solution of this problem? We can add extra qualifier to the resource and other schema to resolve this problem, and we need different metadata schema with DC, that is LRMI or IEEE. For that, previously I discussed about the type. In type section, learning resource is expected to be used in addition primary type as book, video, audio, etc. By using LRMI and the IEEE metadata, it is very easy to describe what type of the resource is besides the content or the resource type. And the subject, it can be also solved by using extra qualifier like classification. In DC subject classification schema, here is the also limitation. In DC, we can incorporate DDC, but it will incorporate up to 3rd level. But we cannot show any micro subject in this element. So what is the findings? The benefit, main findings is that the benefit of the tagging documents or the e-learning resources with standard metadata can help us to information for more useful and accessible. In this study, DC metadata standard is evaluated, and it is discovered that DC standard does not meet all the requirements. No single metadata also element set can meet the functional needs of the any organization, and the kind of the documents determine, and as there is a varieties of the documents we found, and the kind of the documents determines which metadata standard is used. Therefore, a combined 2 or more metadata standard is needed to archive the desired outcomes. So here is the conclusion. The primary actually disadvantage of the Dublin core is its simplicity, which reduced specificity and makes these challenges to move additional data from one system to another and translate to other system. Dublin core does not provide precise definition for this element, which may cause understanding among implementation. The benefit of tagging documents of e-learning resources with the standard metadata can help make information more useful and accessible. And the kind of the documents determines which metadata standard is used, already I told. And last of all, I think a hybrid metadata standard can be used for this purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Devashish. Anyone have any question, please? No question? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Debashish Das. Now, I'm requesting Mr. Shukanto Haldar to present his paper, Designing a Common Metadata Standard for Research Data Repositories, RDRS, a proposal. Please come.
Respected dignitaries of the dais and on the dais, and dear participants, good evening to all of you. My research topic is designing a common metadata standard for research data repository, a proposal. Next. We all know the metadata play an important role to managing information. For research data repository, metadata is essential for describing and finding the data sets. Here, I have identified 85 metadata in 5 metadata schema. These are WM code, data site, DDI, DCAT, and schema.org, and other 5 the research data repository like Dataverse, Fixshare, Zenodo, DRAD, and Kaggle. Next. My research questions are: what are the features of selected RDRs? Second question: what are the metadata elements available in the study? Third: what are the common and unique metadata elements available in the study? Can researcher propose a common metadata standard for RDRs? And objectives are to examine specific RDRs along with their characteristics, to examine specific RDRs with their metadata, various other metadata schema, to identify the practices and structures of research data repository and metadata, to establish a common metadata standard for research data repository. Next. Research methodology. When I going to literature search, I have found that there is no similarity between the metadata elements in various metadata schema or data repositories. So it is self-exploratory study on metadata schema. Next. The features of RDRs, like I have selected 5 research data repositories. During 2007 to 13, there are 5 data repositories, and 3 are hosted from USA, and all are open source, open access. Most of the data repositories are freely available. When we publish any data set, only DRAD charges $120. Next. In 10 platform, I have identified 85 metadata elements, and I have described in alphabetical order, and I found that doubling code and doubling code and Fixshare have 15 elements, and DCAT and DDI 22 metadata elements. So there are no similarity, and there are very huge gap and they not fulfill the FAIR principle. So when we switch from another system to other system, so metadata are different, so we will face difficulties. Next. So findings are only 4 metadata elements, that is description, identifier, title and subject and keyword, match almost 9 platforms or schema, and 13 elements match only 30% to 60%. These are author to DOI or other things, and 3 are 30% match in 3, and unique metadata elements are 56. Next. So in this way, I have selected 17 metadata elements for this and proposing based on the availability, maximum availability, and more than 4 elements available in the repository or schema. So we need to, if we consider them, then research data repositories manage can be easily possible. Next. In conclusion, this study compare 5 different metadata schemas and 5 RDRs. The primary findings of the study is 85 metadata elements identified. DCAT and DDI have 22 metadata elements, and doubling code and fixture have lowest metadata elements 15. Suggest common metadata elements with 17 metadata elements for general RDRs. Adhere to FAIR principle, enhance research quality and competence. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Haldar. Any question? No question. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sukanta Haldar. Now our speaker is Priyanka S. Bhatpate Court. She will present the paper Exploring Awareness and Challenges of NDLE Assess, a Need for Training Initiatives. Thank you. Please.
Good evening, all of you. Myself, Priyanka Bharapte. Yes. You can use yourself, that will be better. Okay, I will try. I am here to presenting my research paper, Exploring Awareness and Challenges of NDLI Usages, a Need for Training Initiatives. Myself, Priyanka Bharapte from Maharashtra, and I co-author is Dr. Megha Bimari. This here she is assistant professor. Why choose this research paper for the researcher? Because we all know that the NDLI is a huge collection of the digital resources with various education field, that is school education to higher education, technical education. So that one library of the nation is the motto of the NDLI, National Digital Library of India. And objective of this NDLI is to build a digital repository of learning resources with a single Windows platform, that is a search facility catering to the the diverse needs for learner across the nation. For that, what is the main role of the librarian? It's my mind, the librarian play a role to promoting the NDLI, because the librarian is provided the services to the faculty, student and researcher scholar for these academic purposes. So I think the librarian should be able to full utilize the NDLI resources, as well as the solving the problem of the faculty and student and researcher scholar facing the any problem to use the NDLI resources. So that purposes librarian should train every year so that they can be use the NDLI resources properly and solve the problem any facing the students and research scholars for research. So it is better use for the NDLI resources. Objective of my study, that is main objective of my study is awareness about the NDLI portal. Second one, utilization purpose of the NDLI portal to find out the problem faced while using the e-resources in the NDLI portal. Hypothesis of this my research article, that is there is a need of the organization of training programs for librarian for using the e-resources through the NDLI. Alternative, that is there is no need the organization training program for the librarian for using the e-resources through the NDLI. According to objective and hypothesis, I choose the research methodology, descriptive method, survey method and analytical method. I have create a Google form for the librarian of engineering colleges in Maharashtra. I have selected randomly 100 librarians in the Maharashtra engineering colleges. I have prepared the Google form in the 4 section, that is demographic information, purpose of the NDLI usage, awareness of the NDLI resources, and last one the need of the training. This is the technically analytic data analysis technique. I have chosen only the 4 objectives in the PPT. That is first to find out the awareness. Finding is the all librarians very well know that about the NDLI portal. To find out the utilize purpose of NDLI portal, the maximum librarians use the NDLI portal for the institutional work, because all librarians are the register on the institutional purpose for providing the research, providing the services or services to the students and researcher scholar. So maximum libraries use for the institutional work purposes. To find out the problem facing while using the e-resources as NDLI portal, some of the librarians suggest some of librarians face the problem with some registration on the email, registration on NDLI, and some of difficulties in registration, limited awareness, lack of training, language barrier, that is limited online offline services, online services. So maximum librarians face the problem in difficulties in the lack of training, limited awareness and limited offline access. When the librarians face the problem in the difficulty in the motivation student and faculties, so 60% librarians reported that they face the difficulties in the motivating the student and faculty for the NDLI portal. So main reasons could not be lack of awareness as well as the training and orientation program. Testing of hypothesis, need of the training program for librarian. So 94% librarians say yes, so yes to training program organized for that the NDLI user. Findings of the my study, the total respondent is 53 out of 100. Respondents from private institution, most of the respondents are in the private institution and autonomous institution. 100% librarians are aware the NDLI. 51 colleges librarians are registered on the NDLI, and 2 librarians are libraries not are registered on the NDLI portal. Majority of librarians 34 aware about the NDLI through UGC and AICT circular. Majority of the access of NDLI is monthly. Maximum librarians used for the NDLI for the institutional work purposes. Librarian mostly using NDLI portal for e-books and e-journals. The majority of librarians face the difficulties due to lack of training and limited awareness. 60% librarians reported they faced the difficulties motivating in the student and faculties to the use of NDLI portal. So that conclusion of my topic is awareness of NDLI among the libraries is high, but effective utilization remains limited. Major challenges including lack of training, awareness, limited features, offline access issue, and user motivation. Hypothesis testing confirm that the need of the structure the training program for effective NDLI use. This is all suggestion of my topic. The annual training session, offline maybe online, should be organized by librarian and new users, because new users not fully aware the NDLI users. So librarians cannot be give the proper information to the students as well as the faculties. Continuous training enhance digital skill, professional growth and standardized libraries practice. So all these purposes are improved, benefits to improve the NDLI usages will strengthening the libraries and support the digital Indian NEP 2020 initiatives. With the proper training and promotion, NDLI visions one library all of India can be successfully achieved. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka ji.
Thank you.
Any question? No. Okay. Okay, next.
Thank you, Priyanka. Now our speaker is Lily Shahu, who will present her paper, Metadata Trajectory from Mark to BFrame, a strategic approach to the future of bibliographic data management in digital libraries. Please come.
A very good evening. Respected dignitary on the dais, of the dais, my name is Lily Sahu. I am a full-time research scholar at Sambalpur University and under guidance of Professor Bulu Maharana sir. And today I am here to present my research paper on metadata trajectory from Mark to BFrame, a strategic approach to the future of bibliographic data management in digital libraries. As we all know that metadata is describing about data. Basically, it's data about data in common terms, and metadata is generally the backbone of digital libraries, and it helps us to organize discovery and interoperability of informations. And then we have lots of metadata standards like MARC, MODES, and Dublin Core. Then why we need BFrame? Actually, BFrame is an advanced metadata schema. It transfers traditional library metadata to an web-connected machine-readable data format. That's why we need BFrame in this semantic web and AI era. And BFrame is created by Library of Congress, as we all know, and this is the objective of my research, to study the development and structure of BFrame, and to compare BFrame in other existing metadata such as MARC 21, Dublin Core and MODES, and to study and use of implementation of BFrame across the world, and any kind of tools or pilot project having with BFrame, and to know about the challenges and opportunities for the adoption of BFrame. This is the research methodology part. We have adopted a qualitative thematic analysis using Prisma technique. First of all, we search Web of Science database. We got 112 research papers. After removing duplicate records and subject we specified to library science and information science, total record we found 104. We have searched that database with search string BFrame or Mark to BFrame or metadata standards. Finally, we found 42 number of research papers suitable for this study, though it is a qualitative analysis research. Then these are the core concept about BFrame. The first one is work. Work means that intellectual or artistic content that contains that title, author, subject, creator, these kind of things. And in instance, we have different format, version, edition, all type of publisher details. Then next one is item. Item is basically the location of the document, that barcode or which organization holds the resources, that mainly that library name. And the principle of BFrame is mainly based on linked data principle, that is RDF, URI and linked data. RDF is resource description framework. It is generally used for describing bibliographic relationship, and URI is uniform resource identifiers. It is mainly used for uniquely identify resources and locate the resources. And linked data is about connecting all library metadata to the wider web. Then this here we have compared BFrame with MARC, Dublin Core and MODES. Why we choose these three metadata, that MARC 21, Dublin Core and MODES? Because these are the three generational metadata schemas. First, MARC 21 is a widely adopted record-based metadata schema, but it is not suitable for web-based resources. Then in the next generation, we found that Dublin core, it is mainly used for describing web resources, though it has 15 core elements, and it is advanced than Mark 21, but it is not sufficient for digital libraries. Then the modes is developed by also Library of Congress. It is the bridge between Mark 21 and XML based record, though it is in human readable form, so it is not suitable for all type of web resources. Then in the present generation we have BibFrame. It is web and link data compatibility, and it is based on entity based data model, and it is flexible, and it is both human and machine readable data formats, and it also supports high research discovery and interoperability. That's why we choose BibFrame for this semantic web era. These are the global implementation and tools for BibFrame. In BibFrame tools, we found that BibFrame editor, that is named as Marva by Library of Congress, and Sinopia, it is a link data project, open source project, and ShareVD for link data also. And that pilot project, it is BibFrame already implemented in Library of Congress and National Library of France and the National Library of Sweden. And these are the conclusion. That BibFrame presents a major shift from record based cataloging to relationship link data based model, and it enhances discoverability, interoperability, and integration of library data into the semantic web. And tools like Sinopia, ShareVD, BibFrame editor shows its growing practical potential, though there are such challenges such as technical complexity, staff training, and legacy system integration is still persist, and we need a collaborative and community driven adoption strategy for its future success. Ultimately, BibFrame empowers the digital library to move from isolated catalog to a connected global ecosystem. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. Any question for Lily? No question. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily Shahu. Now, I would like to request Rahul Chetri to present the paper. Rahul Chetri. I think he is absent today.
Rahul is not there, I think. Okay,
Yes.
please, next. Rahul, he said, no?
So, can I move on? Okay. So, now I would like to request Ramani Ranjan Shahu to present his paper, a bibliometric analysis of augmented reality AR and virtual reality VR in academic libraries from 2010 to 2025. Ramani Ranjan, please come on this.
Good evening, all of you. Respected chairpersons, my dear friends, my colleagues. Our topic is a bibliometric analysis of augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality VR in academic library from 2010 to 2015. This is what is augmented reality? What is AR? AR, it is a technology that overlay digital information such as text, image, and 3D model animation onto that real world environment in real time. That means integration of digital information into the user's environment. And that and VR is a technology that simulates a computer generated environment and makes it possible to interact with in a very realistic way. It creates fully immersive digital environment. This is the actually historical background. Here, this is the experimental phase, 2010 to 2015. Like that Google Cardboard that time was used, Another that functional integration, that is 2016 to 2019. That time AR for information literacy and that VR for exploring 3D models are used that time in that stage. Next, during that COVID time, that virtual reality library tools are developed, immersive digital exhibition, that type of things are developed that time during 2020 to 21, and that visionary exposition from 2020 to 2025. That time, that library fully immersive and collaborative ecosystem continued in that developing phases. These are my objectives, that analyze the publication trend in academic library from 2010 to 2015. Who are the leading authors, institutions, country, and that journals during that period. Then that thematic evaluation of identity emerging keywords, research cluster, and research topic trend. Fourth was that co-authorship and authorship pattern, and 5, that was that highly cited papers. These are the methodology. We have data taken from that Scopus database from 2010 to 2025, and the title was the keyword we have taken, that the augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, metaverse in academic library and research library. Total we have 448 documents we have retrieved. Then we have that data included that journal article, conference papers, book chapter, and others. And we have using that R software and for data analysis and WASViewer for data visualization. These are the analysis part. We have types of document, article, conference paper, book chapter, and the figure indicates that the annual growth of publications and citations. Next, the authorship pattern. In this authorship pattern, multi-authors paper is the highest in accordance with the mega author, like single author and 2 authors. And another was that most prolific author. The author was that Hong Ji with 109 publications with 1443 citations. Is the highest publication of the author. That subject-wise publications, that the study represent that in computer science, the most of the AR/VR term are used in this slide. Next, this is the highly cited paper, and this is the top 10 collaborative organizations. This is that our scientific productive by country. India is the I think India is the 4th number, and we have in that keyword clustering keywords, there is that augmentative reality and virtual reality are in that. These are the findings. The study reveals that AR/VR academic library in that 2010 to in 2024 the highest publications. Then most countries where journal articles and collaborative authors dominant, especially paper with the 3 or more authors. Then Huang as emerged the most prolific authors, and while Polls 1 was the most preferred journal for publishing research in AR/VR and subject area. The United States, China, and UK and India were the leading country to globally output with the, and CNRS is identified the top collaborating institutions. I have already that computer science subject actually most frequently was used in that keywords. The most cited paper was published in 2020. We has received that 184 citations. This is the conclusion. The study concludes that AR/VR research academic library is rapidly expanding with a strong international collaboration and increasing scholarly impact Although interdisciplinary in nature, the researchers is largely concentrated in computer science. And future research should adopt the advanced analytical tools like AI and prompt greater integration of immersive technology in library service. Overall, the field of demonstration growing relevance, innovation, and the potential of future development. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any question? Sir, Singh sir, please आइए. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ramani Ranjan Shah.
No,
Our-
it is six.
Now our speaker,
Six presentation.
Jayant Bhakta. I think he is absent today. Jayant Bhakta is not there.
Thank you.
So,
Now I think we are going to close this session. Before this, I thank the organizer for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I will we are really getting knowledge, basically wisdom from DB Singh sir. Sir, with your knowledge and your experience, we are truly enlightened to listen your talk, and we are, he started with knowledge society, which is not mature as per his one. Then he talk about different, how to convert tacit to explicit knowledge through digital library, and AI, how it will be useful. Basically, he has given a caution how the AI can be used in a differently. So, and finally he told about, best knowledge is imparted when you evaluate critically. Yeah, evaluate critically, okay. Okay, thank you sir, thank you for your knowledge. We are really enlightened with your talk. And I request Ashish ji, please you can conclude.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. It's a wonderful experience to share the dais with sir. Being the part of DU family, I regularly get chance to be interacted with sir. And I have found that whenever he talks, he starts with a simple way, and within few minutes he goes deep into that subjects. And it's not that only the theoretical discussions. I have found that most of the cases he amalgamate so beautiful examples, then simple theoretical aspects become so knowledge integration or innovative way he can present with such wonderful examples. It's not the common type of examples. He provides so many beautiful examples that it's in simple topic or theoretical discussion gets very innovative. So his oratorial power, I can already I have that idea, and in today's discussion he always he profusely pointed out that innovation only comes when the knowledge will be transformed as wisdom. When it will be wisdom? When the knowledge will be available in explicit format so that it can be accessible to the next generation, and stereotypeness, the duplication can be avoided, then only the innovation can be achieved. So it's really a wonderful discussion and very insightful at the same way. And other young professionals, those who have presented with so many research works, their presentations regarding bibliometric study, metadata standards, and related to the metadata tools for research discovery tools. All these things are nowadays very much important, so hopefully it will enrich our knowledge at the same way. Thanks to all. And I also request Dr. Ravi Shankar Giri to say something.
Thank you. I interacted with Dr. Singh when I was in Delhi. Sir was in then at the college. I went with my superior to meet the sir. So that time also sir have just the knowledge management topic has just come. Sir has given wisdom, knowledge management, everything. Sir has given that time how knowledge could be transferred to the wisdom, because he always views that we are lacking in wisdom, whereas everybody has knowledge or something like that. So how to develop or how to utilize properly, that kind of advice he that time he gave. Sir also today also told same thing. From the management point of view, he told that he always emphasized that actually knowledge lies at the bottom of the pyramid, whereas people at the helm, they always try to exploit those who are at the grassroots level. He always emphasized that one, and also he always told that before consuming any information, you always critically evaluate it. It is always his emphasis. He always emphasized on the critical evaluation of information. So I am very much thankful from you. There are 6 papers presented by different participants, paper presenter. From these 6 papers, from study to different metadata standard and all these things, we have come to learn on many things. Many scholars have done very good things. They have tried their best. We have also enriched from their discussion. Thank you.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you very much. I mean, I have to also thank Satyabrata ji.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you,
thank
sir.
you very much
you.
for
And,
anchoring this session.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
very
thanks
much
everyone, all the
our-
participants, because there are 2 sessions, but you are here. So, that's why we are thanking you. Okay.
So thank you very much, our chair, co-chair, for your kind contribution in conducting.
Thanks
the
to
session
Supervisor
profoundly.
sir also. Okay, I forgot to mention.
Yes. And
team.
it's a really excellent one, and conducting the session profoundly and peacefully. And thanks to our rapporteur, Dr. Ravi Shankar Giri, for concise but beautiful session summary. With this, we come to the end of the technical session 4 on digital libraries and metadata engineering of day 1 of the 4th International Symposium of Knowledge Engineering in Digital Library Design, KEDLD 2025. On behalf of the organization committee, I sincerely thank our session chair, co-chair, invited speaker, rapporteur, and all the paper presenters for their valuable contributions. I would also like to thank our audience for their attention and active participation throughout this session. We now conclude this session. Thank you, all of you, once again, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.